Hi, and welcome to Window Cleaning Dude. In this episode, we're going to talk about your uniform. So if you've seen my videos before, you might have seen a video where I talked a little bit about the uniform. This video is just going to be specifically about the uniform in case you haven't already seen that video. And if you're just starting off in window cleaning, it's really important that you have a uniform that represents your business and makes you look like a professional. So you might be wondering, how to go about choosing a uniform when you're first starting off your business. Some very important things you want to think about. Obviously, you're going to want to have some sort of hat. You need a shirt that represents your business. It's nice to have your logo on your shirt. Now for this window cleaning training series that I'm doing and for my website, I've chosen Window Cleaning Dude as my business name and my logo. And I've put it here on my t-shirt. Typically for my window cleaning business, I don't actually choose white for my shirt, and the reason for that is because white's going to get very dirty when you are window cleaning. But for the training video series that I'm doing, I just went ahead and chose white. It was just a simple t-shirt and simple logo. But when you are choosing your uniform, you really want to choose a color that's a darker color for your shirt if possible, just so that as it gets dirty, it will kind of hide some of that dirt and allow you to use that shirt more often than you normally would. So like if I was using this white shirt and it got dirty, I'm gonna have to bleach it, and that might actually end up bleaching the logo or messing up the logo. As your shirt gets dirty, especially like on the shoulder here, if you are doing a technique when you're cleaning the screens and you're using your washing your rag and you're like beating out some of the soap on the screen, sometimes that you have to do that process, and when that happens, it's very common to get this shoulder very dirty. And so if you're wearing a white shirt, then this shirt's pretty much going to be done with, right? Because if you can't bleach because of your logo, maybe you can do some shout it out right up here on the area, but chances are that's just not going to go over well. So white shirts are just never a preferable color for window cleaning unless you plan on just buying a lot of shirts and going through a lot of shirts rather quickly. I would recommend that you get a darker colored shirt such as a gray or a blue. Or any other color really. Just don't use any of the bright colors like yellow. Just like white, yellow is also going to show dirt very easily. So you need to really think about your colors for your business that's going to represent your business, that you're going to use on your logo, on your website, on your marketing material, and for your uniform. And the best way to start, like I've mentioned in my prior video, which is to choose a color starting with your vehicle. If you can match your vehicle, if you have a nice vehicle and you plan on keeping that vehicle for several years, then you might want to take your first color from the color of your vehicle so that your vehicle can kind of match your uniform and all your marketing material. So in choosing a shirt, oftentimes window cleaners will either use a t-shirt like this, or they will have a polo style shirt where it buttons up a couple buttons here, and then they might have their logo embroidered onto the shirt. Now those are a lot more expensive, and if you're going to be cleaning those shirts on a regular basis, then you're going to be spending a lot more money for these shirts. And really you want to be able to replace your shirts at least every 6 months if possible, maybe sooner, depending on how dirty they're getting. You want to keep up that professional look so that you don't look like a rundown business when you show up at someone's doorstep for the first time. So always want to try to have that professional look, make it look like your business is doing well so they feel like they hired the right person for the job. If your business looks like it's struggling and suffering, then they might start to question, are they a good window cleaner? Are they doing something wrong in their business that they can't afford to maintain their appearance in terms of their uniform or their vehicle? So, but since this video is specifically about your uniform, you just want to make sure you're maintaining that uniform, keeping it up to par. The other thing is you want to match your uniform. So if you can match, like in my uniform here, I'll stand up real quick. You can see here, hopefully, that I have black shorts on. So my shorts match my hat. The color of my hat matches one of the colors of my logo. So that's a good rule of thumb to use when you're creating your uniform. Try to have some matching colors there. It's nice to have the hat and the shorts match so that the shirt's kind of like an in-between color. And then I also have black socks on and black shoes, so that I just kind of look like I have a complete look happening here. I also have a black belt. And then for your shorts, I recommend using shorts if you can. Now if you're in a colder climate, then during the cold season you obviously don't want to use shorts. You're going to have pants. But whether it's pants or shorts, I recommend Dickies brand. I'm not affiliated with Dickies or anything like that, but it's my preferred brand. They've been around for a long time and they're always been making clothing for the service industry, and their clothes always look very professional and crisp, which I like. I like that in my uniform. I really want it to look kind of like a uniform so that when I show up I look like a professional. It also helps me get in the mode of being professional and trying to think professionally just by my uniform. So that's always really helpful. Now, one of the reasons why I also like this Dickies brand is that I can get these shorts with these nice cargo pockets. If you cannot find the shorts, you can always buy the pants that have the cargo pockets and then cut them into shorts and have them sewn by somebody. And then of course, if you are in a winter setting, you just want to have the cargo pants. Those are my preferred ways of putting together a uniform. If you're looking for a way to get into starting your uniform, you're not really sure where to start, you can go to windowcleaningdude.com. I have some links there to the Dickies brands, shorts, where I got this hat at. And because I put together a whole uniform here just for this video series to teach you window cleaning. So you can pretty much mimic what I got going on here by just going to my website, windowcleaningdude.com, and going to the uniform section there, or wherever it is I'm talking about my uniform. It's on there somewhere. Click on those links there and it can take you to where you can, if you want to mimic, buy the same hat or buy the same shorts and so forth. That's all there for you to check out. So, the main thing once you got your uniform together is just to make sure you're maintaining your uniform, keeping it nice and clean. You might even want to iron your shorts, your Dickies shorts or pants, or whatever brand of shorts or pants you decide to go with, keeping those nice and crisp and professional looking. It's always nice to have that look when you show up, and then the customer can just feel like, okay, I got a professional coming into my home, as opposed to just anybody who just happens to have a t-shirt and some clothes and they just come in and don't look very professional. I think it's always just nice to have a professional look. It just kind of sets the tone for your business and for what your customer is going to expect from you just by your appearance alone. I mean, you don't really have a lot to represent your business other than yourself, your appearance, your logo, your vehicle. That's pretty much what they're seeing. So unlike a chain store or a restaurant, they have commercials and they have an actual physical building and they might have a mascot. They have lots of different things to kind of give their business an image. But in window cleaning, you are that image. It's your appearance and what you look like. That's what they have to go by to kind of help determine what kind of business you are and how professional you are, whether or not they feel like they can trust you in their home and so forth. So always be thinking, how can I be the best professional I can be in terms of my appearance and of course every other aspect of your business. Now when you are putting together your uniform, you want to make sure you buy multiples of everything. So you want multiple hats, multiple shirts, multiple shorts, socks, and so forth. You might even want to buy multiple shoes if you like a particular shoe. I know that oftentimes I do find a shoe that I like, and then once I wear out my pair, I go back to buy it and they no longer make it. So if you do find something that you really love, that feels good on your feet and looks good with your uniform for window cleaning, you might want to go ahead and just buy a few of those pairs up front before they're no longer being made, so you don't have to have that dilemma in the future. Also, if a pair of your shoes do get soaking wet on a job, you don't want them to be wet the next day, you could just switch over to a dry pair and let the other pair dry out. So you want some options there for your uniform. Also, when you are cleaning windows and you've done multiple jobs in a day, you don't want to be wearing the same shirt all day long if you're cleaning 3-4 houses in one day, because by the time you get to the last 3rd or 4th house, you're completely stinky, completely dirty, soaked, sweaty, and everything else. So you want to be changing your shirt in between jobs, so you show up at every job with a nice clean looking uniform. If your shorts are getting or your pants are getting extremely dirty in your process, you need to work on that process and try to minimize getting dirty, but you might want to bring along an extra pair of shorts just in case, changing your vehicle so that you can be clean, especially when you're going inside someone's home. You don't want to have dirty wet shorts or pants and then be brushing up against their bedspread or their couch, whatever else, and maybe possibly staining something, especially if they have like a white bedspread or a white couch. You got to be really careful about that sort of thing. You need to be thinking along those lines of what could possibly happen if your uniform is no longer clean from cleaning outside. So when you are thinking about creating your uniform, just think about all the costs involved there and make sure it's something that's going to be within your budget. You don't want to go too overboard with buying too expensive of shirts, for example, because you are going to burn through these shirts. Hats. When I first started out, I actually used to get my logo up here on my hat, and I just did that myself with some like iron-on transfer, things that you can do for like a t-shirt. You can buy like Staples or Office Depot, those kind of places. They have some iron-on transfers that you can print off your computer, and I would actually iron them onto the hat, so there would be a logo up here on the hat. But I stopped doing that just because they just start to peel off after a while. Now, if you can't afford to get a professional t-shirt printed or embroidered, then doing the print-off t-shirt iron-ons from Staples or Office Depot, places like that. There's an Avery brand that you can purchase. That's a nice option because it's really inexpensive to print off several logos on one sheet, cut it out, then buy some cheap t-shirts and just iron them on. You know, it doesn't look as awesome as when it's just printed on here, but it still is good enough, especially starting off. If you're just starting off on a shoestring budget here and you're just buying the basic gear and you want to put together a basic uniform, that's the cheapest option for getting your logo on a shirt. So you want to definitely consider that option. That's definitely what I did first starting out. And I was able to do, you know, multiple shirts, and you get plenty of iron-on transfers from that one packet. So I think the packet's probably like 30 bucks, but you know, if you're buying your shirts for like $1.80 or something, then you can do a ton of shirts, and then when those shirts wear out, go buy another set of shirts, and you still got plenty of more iron-on transfers to just keep putting your logo on your shirts. That's a really great way to start off and do it inexpensively. But in the future, at some point when you're making more money, it's really nice to get it professionally printed. It just looks a lot better, and you'll just be glad that you did. So anyways, that pretty much covers uniforms. I can't really think of much else. The only other thing I would say is that when you are looking for shoes, you definitely want to find something that's going to be comfortable on your feet. You're going to be walking all day, standing all day, going up and down ladders, and you want to make sure that your feet are getting the support that they need, especially when you're on the ladder. And other than that, that's pretty much it. So if you like this video, please give me the thumbs up if you found some useful content here, and please subscribe to this channel and be a part of this window cleaning community here on YouTube, and to also let YouTube know that you do value these videos. And also be sure to tick the notification bell for any upcoming videos coming out, and go to windowcleaningdude.com and check out all my material there. It's free and help you start on your journey to starting your window cleaning business. I have everything on my website that I can teach you. Every content item that I can think about, training videos, how to use all the gear that you're going to need, a list of all the gear you're going to need, where to find that gear, step-by-step videos, everything, step-by-step content on how to do everything. So everything's there. Also, please comment down below if there's anything else you want to hear about or know about with window cleaning, and I will see you in the next video.